I forgot to pull any out. I guess
Yeah. We haven't either.
Yeah, he put it in as soon as we went home.
Hola, people. Howdy.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm just lovely.
Yeah.
What's new?
Logan didn't forget his hockey bag.
I know. Can you believe? Have you ever done that? You
I got
have.
tennis shoes.
Forgot my cleats, forgot my shin guards, forgot my socks, forgot my whole bag. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
right, here we go. Here's Montana. Devin, Lucas, Nathan, Jackson, Noah. Puck drop. Won by the Wolves. Comes down. Noah's going to grab it. He's going to go off the boards back to Lucas. Lucas couldn't quite get out of the zone. They're going to swing around. They're going to work their way in. Shot goes wide. Picked up again by Lucas. Able to get it out of the zone here, but not able to get possession of it yet. So the Wolves cycle back around. And they're going to send it down. Jackson's going to poke it into the boards, and he's going to go ahead and take this behind the net here. He's going to reverse, pass it over to Noah. Noah's going to cross ice pass to Lucas, and Lucas is going to not quite bring it out here. We're going to change. Couldn't quite get it up to Wes as they send it back down, and Lucas hit it off his skate as he was coming off. Back in here, defense able to shield away, and Logan pokes it down against the boards, struggling a little bit early here. Back in, good stick work by Jackson to poke that into the corner here as they bring it up to the point. And back down, can't quite get a hold of it. And blocked away by Jackson. Kaz now is going to get it. Kaz trying to work it up the boards. And here comes Montana along in the corner. Defense has been out there for a really long time. Jackson's finally going to get a hold of it. And he's going to get it to the side of the boards, and they're going to dump it back in. Kaz in the corners now, so we are able to get it out of the zone. We just can't clear it, and the defense can't get free. Goody is out there. He sends it up to Julian. Julian across for Wes. And Wes can't quite get a deep release. We're getting a little bit of a change here. Kaz now into the zone. First time in the offensive zone, but we're going to be offsides here as the puck kind of deflected right at the blue line. So fast pace right out the gate. Hopefully we weathered that quick storm, and hopefully the boys will settle in here.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's colder in here.
Yeah.
It's warmer up there.
Here, switch with me because I don't want to bother my folks. Okay. Sorry, Wolves try to bring it back in. Picked off by Eli. Eli gets it out of the zone, sends it up. No icing. Nolan gets to this first. Nice foot race by Nolan as he's going to shield it along the walls, trying to get it. He does get it over to Max, and Max shoots, the shot goes wide. As Montana starts their breakout, picked off. Nice job by Maxim to pick that off. He tries to feed it to Nolan, couldn't quite get it there. And working along the boards now are Goody and Maxim as it goes behind the net. And Wolves swinging around. Declan's going to pinch. And Wolves on the breakout. We got a 2-on-2. Eli's playing defense at the moment. Nice job by Goody. He's taken out in the corner. And Eli's going to get out, come up with it. Can't quite get possession. Wolves kind of fan on it, luckily, as they bring it back into the dots. And along the boards now, Eli pokes it away. And they're going to center it. Makes its way to the point. Shot saved by Logan. Good save. Shot again. I think Logan got a piece of that and sent it wide. Into the corner now. Goody goes against his man again. The defense we need to probably just change every time we get a chance because we get hemmed in our own zone. Makes for very long shifts. Goody does send it out, but the Wolves maintain possession. We're going to get a partial change here as they come back in here. Devin back on. Defense unable to change, but we do have our forwards all fresh. So up back to the point go the Wolves, and they send it along the wall here. Mason giving pressure behind the net it goes. Nice job by Goody. No trip called. No, it was a trip. Wolves still have it along the boards here. They send it across to the point. Lucas giving pressure as they go back down deep. Declan hits his guy up there for Mason to get to it. Mason gets it to Devin. Devin pokes it up. We got a 2-0. Devin trying to get it over to Lucas. Good defensive play by the Wolves to send it back out. They come back in. Nicholas on now, and he sends it up the boards. Good job by Nicholas. As Wolves pop it up, Lucas. We're right at center ice. Mason gets it in deep, and Devin's going to go apply some pressure behind the net here. Nicholas and Dane now on defense as the Wolves come back out. Picked up by Lucas, who is playing in support here. Dane grabs it, and he's going to make the red line and put it back down deep. Lucas, good pressure. Nicholas there on the pinch. Nicholas kind of holding it in there. Nice job. Comes out to the point where Kaz is there. Here comes Julian. Julian beats one. See if he can get a shot off. Doesn't get a shot off, and it gets deflected over. And Kaz picks it up on the back end, gets it back over to Julian. Julian works his way into the dots. He gets tripped, no call. And here come the Wolves back in. Wolves send it in deep behind the net and into the corner. Picked off by Wes. Wes is just going to flip it up, but nice and slow, so no icing. As we're going to get a little bit of a change going here. Here come the Wolves. It's going to be grabbed by Noah, and now maybe a penalty for a hook on some. I didn't even see that. Of all the things to call, missed the two tripping, but called the hooking. It looks like they're going to call Kaz, so we're going to go on the penalty kill here. You got 5 out there currently. They got to pull it forward. See if we can figure out which forward is. Logan coming off. So we got Eli, Nolan, Jackson, Noah. Puck goes out to the point here. I have a feeling this is not the team to be on the bench a lot for. They send it across. Jackson going to get it. He's going to grab a hold of that. Gets it along the boards to Noah. Noah's going to get enough control of it and fling it way up the ice. Nice job by that pairing. Nice job by Nolan to get to that first. He's just going to kind of stall in the corner here as the Wolves have to reset their breakout. Wolves on the cross ice fast. Nearly gets picked off by Eli. They bring it in. It's going to make its way into the corner. Noah going to grab a hold of this. Can't quite do it. Back out to the point it goes. Coming across to the other side. Shot in, saved by Logan, goes wide. Noah's going to pick it up, send it along the board to see if Eli can get there. Can't quite get there in time. Runs over Noah's stick, so he's got to work back into the corner. Back out to the point it goes. Noah almost picked that pass off as it rings back around. Keep it in there at the top here. Working the blue line. They shoot it, saved by Logan. Back to the corner. They whiff on their pass. Jackson gets a hold of it, gets it up to Eli. Able to sling it down. So good kill by that first set to kill off the first minute and a half here. About 30 seconds left. And we got Lucas Devin out there with James and Declan. Wolves make their way in, poked away by James. Devin's going to get a hold of this, and he's able to ship it out. And they're going to keep it in the defensive zone until they can get something going. James there to pick it off. Goes to Lucas. Lucas has a shot. Shot saved by the goalie. But nice job. 5 seconds left on the penalty kill, and that should do it pretty much if we can just hold it down here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Big ass came and shoved me aside.
Only 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. We're going to play across. This is a big ass.
Sorry, I'm not talking to myself. I'm commentating.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Here, come sit by Dan. All right, working along the point here. And along the boards, Kaz is going along the boards. As Wolves send it across. Goody's going to get to us. Gets his stick lifted, but is able to maintain control, trying to get it back down deep. Julian grabbing it. Kaz comes out with it. Julian picks it up to support. So Julian's going to make the blue line, hit it off the wall to himself. And then he sends it over to Kaz in the corner. Kaz tried a centering pass, but kind of whipped on the centering pass. Didn't get a lot on it. So Wolves on the way back out. They make the red line, send it in. Hit off by Logan. Goody's going to get to it. Trying to get it up to Wes here. Wes couldn't quite get it out, so Goody working back in the corner. Now Wes is over there as the puck makes its way to the point, and they give it right to Wes. That was a mistake. Wes able to get it out, and Wes is going to take it while we get a change. So Wes is just going to hold on to it here and get it into the corner. And we get some press forwards. We got Lucas and Devin out there, and Nicholas is able to get out there with Dane as the Wolves send it back around here. Lucas picking it up here on the backside. He sends it over to Dane. Dane's going to show a little patience, trying to wing it up for Mason. Couldn't quite get it there as he pokes it off to the side. Lucas gets it over to Devin. Devin up to Mason. Nice play by those two. Mason works his way in shot. shot goes wide. And they go to pick it up. It's off of Nicholas's stick. Nicholas having to chase it down in the defensive zone. He's just going to ring around the boards. And Wolves get it, but they ring it back around the boards. Nicholas having to go grab this thing in the corner. And they give it right to Mason. Mason's going to bring it through center of the ice here. Gets it up to Lucas. Nice pass. Lucas is in. He's in the slot. He can get it to his right side. Couldn't quite do it. They go along the boards now. And working back on the breakout here. They send it across, but Noah's going to grab this in the corner. And he's going to get it up the boards to Mason. Mason trying to chip it up. Couldn't quite get enough on it. As it comes across, there's Devin. Devin pokes it out. Couldn't quite get it to Lucas. But at least the Wolves have to come back to their defensive zone. Reverse it, put on Devin. Not able to get to the puck as the Wolves bring it through neutral ice here. And they're going to just dump it down deep. Noah grabbing this in the corner. Couldn't quite maintain control. Jackson gets it now, and he dumps it back to Noah. Noah's going to go back around. Back to Jackson. Jackson doesn't really have anyone to go to. Nobody on that side, so he's going to bring it across. And he's going to take it up the boards himself, trying to work his way up. Couldn't quite do it, as finally we're able to get it up the ice here. No icing. No one giving pressure. As they bring it out here. Eli on the check. They had to dodge a check and stall for enough time. And they go right into the slot shot. Saved by pretty fun, exciting game. Much better than our prospect game yesterday. All right, Declan Goody out there with Wes, Kaz, and Julian at the point. Shot in, deflected, saved by Logan. Logan was able to see that through a lot of traffic, so nice save by him into the slot. They make a move. Good move by the Wolves, and he roofs it. The Wolves are there. All right, Kaz will take the face-off here. Face-off won by the Wolves. Julian trying to get to it. They're going to bring it back here. Wolves lift, but we were not quite paying attention. Julian gets to it. Julian passes it to Wes. Wes with a turn. Can't quite get enough on his shot. Nice poke by Julian to get back a hold of it. Wes now trying to get it here. And we're going to have a call. I think it might be on Wes. Yep. So I think we're going back on a penalty kill. I think Wes is going to get called for a hooking. Trip. Wes is going to sit 2 for the trip. So we got Mays and Devin coming out with Nicholas and Dane. Refs making kind of some interesting calls. All right, face-off won by Mason back to Dane. Dane sends it up, does make its way out. Devin trying to get to it. Mason does get to it, whiffs on the clearing attempt. And here come the Wolves, poked aside by Devin. Devin does get to it. Devin's on a break. Devin's got a breakaway here. Let's see if Devin can get a shorty. Oh, he only got just a piece of it off his pad, so sends it up and over, but nice try. Nice play by Devin. And Wolves back on the breakout here. Wolves dumping into the corner. Nicholas grabbing it, trying to get it out here. He's got 2 guys on him. Does shovel it up to Mason. Mason not quite able to get it out. Working a point shot in. Logan glove save. About a little over a minute left here on the penalty kill. Jackson Noah coming in with Lucas and Kaz. Poked up. Wolves are going to get it here at the point. And they're just going to work along the boards here. Sent in right off of Kaz's shin guard. He's trying to get to it. Couldn't quite get to it in time as they sent it across. Shot deflected way up into the ceiling. And we're going to have another face-off here. Face-off won by the Wolves, back to the point. And they're going to go along the boards here. Jackson on the challenge, sends it back up to the point. Shot in, saved by Logan. Changing out the defense. Wolves up to the point here. Sent into the corner. Nobody on that back side. Luckily, nice save by Logan. They send it along the point here. They send it back in again, deflected, but stays up front. Saved by Logan. Nice job by Logan on the glove save. Won by Lucas on the face-off there. Goody trying to get to it along the boards. Goody working in the corner. Wolves come out with it. Lucas gets to it though. Lucas able to get it out of the zone just barely, but comes right back in. Sent over from Goody to Declan. Declan's going to clear it up the ice. That should do it for the PK. Cavs trying to win it. As they send it back in, but that'll do it for the penalty. So we're back to 5-on-5. Nice save by Logan to poke it aside. And they're going to mishandle it. Goody gets it up to Lucas. Lucas passes it over to West, just misses West. And West now having to work here. West dumped it in. Oh no! I don't know. Looked like it was going right to Lucas, but somehow missed Lucas. And they gobbled up here.
Good go, boys.
So Dane, Nicholas coming out. We got Maxim, Logan, Eli. About 3:30 left in the first period. Maxim trying to shovel it over to Nicholas. Gets picked off. Nicholas trying to recover. Nice deep end by Nicholas and Logan together. Able to save that goal. Logan now working in the corner, trying to get to that puck. Dane there too. Dane makes a move, gets it along the boards, gets it up to Eli. Eli's got Maxim, but it got deflected. Maxim has to run onto it now into the corner here. Maxim back to Dane. Dane wasn't able to hold it in, so we all got to touch up before we can touch it again. And they send it across here. The Wolves start their breakout. They work their way in on Noah. Noah's going to poke it, keep it in the corner, but Wolves maintain possession. And they're going to shoot it in. And nice stick work by Dane to keep his guy off the puck, and Noah trying to clear it. He's going to have to get some room as he's just going to ship it towards the bench. He actually gets it to Lucas miraculously as it died somehow without bouncing. Lucas gets it over back to Noah. Noah hits the boards and falls down. But at least they're Wolves having to start on their defensive zone. They're going to work their way in and poked aside. And Devin now is going to grab it. He's got Lucas with him. He gets it poked aside, though. We got to move the puck just a little bit. Lucas comes up with it. He's just going to make the red zone here. And we're having to work here in the corner. Lucas getting it up to Devin, and Mason trying to get a hold of it. No one can really grab it. Jackson not quite able to hold it in, so we got to touch up before we can grab it again. And here come the Wolves. Through the slot shot, saved by Logan. See ya. All right, we got a full change here. Julian, Kaz, and Wes out there with Declan and James. Wolves dump it in. And up ice, West gets it to Kaz. Kaz makes a move. He's in the slot, but he's on his backhand, trying to get it to Julian. Intercepted by the Wolves. Kaz comes back out with it. He's got Julian in front, trying to get it across. Goes across the crease. No one touches it. Declan now trying to put it back in. Sends it back to the corner, trying to get it to West, but got lost in West's skates, and the Wolves are going to send it all the way down for an icing. About less than a minute left in the first. Faceoff comes back to Declan. Declan sends it in. Shot goes wide. And they start the breakout, but they give it right back to James. James gets it to West. Nice little nifty move by West as he's going to work his way down deep. He's got like 3 guys on him, able to maintain control. He gets it back to Goody. Goody sends it across for Declan. Declan trying to dump it in. Gets hit off a body, and we're on a breakaway here. Logan's going to have to save another one. He did get a piece of it, but unfortunately not enough. And the Wolves score.
All right, Jackson, good extra play.
That's Logan.
Sorry, Logan. Sorry, Logan.
Got a piece of it.
Yeah, I did.
All right, Dane and Nicholas out there. Logan, Maxim, and Nolan. Dane gets it up to Nolan, and Logan hits it off the boards here. So we got to work it in. And they send it across the ice into the neutral zone, give it right to Dane. Dane's just going to send it right back. And here they come into the zone, into the corner, gets poked away, not quite off. Maxim trying to clear it, couldn't quite do it. Shot in, lots of traffic, gets deflected wide, and that'll do it for period 1. All right, Mason, Devin, Lucas out there with Noah Jackson. Face off, won by Devin. Devin's going to bring it in. He's working into the corner. Gets it back to Jackson. Jackson gets it back to Devin. Into the corner it goes. Along the boards. And Noah tried to pinch and hold it in. Nice job by Devin on the back check. He is able to keep it in. As Wolves go back on their breakout. They do get it out, but Devin's right there and tries to set it back in. The late hit takes him down, no call. Nice job by Mason. Noah grabs a hold of this. He's going to buy for some time, and then he's going to swing it up to Devin. Devin trying to chip it up, but no one quite there yet. So Wolves just waiting for the touch up, and they're going to send it back down. Noah gets it over to Jackson here. Jackson having to settle it down. Back to Noah. Noah trying to get, but does get it back to Jackson, and Jackson's going to bring this out here. Gets it up to Devin. Devin jumped over Devin's stick, and they pass it right to Lucas to see if he can get something going here. Lucas in the zone. He shoots, goes high and wide. Mason picking it up on the backside. He's going to sling it around the boards. Devin making a change though, so no one's there. There's Noah. Noah shovels it across to the other side. Mason's going to grab this. He pokes it back to Jackson. Jackson's going to work his way down into the circle. Gets it to Wes behind the goal. And Wes gets his stick lifted and picked away as it comes down. And it's going to roll all the way down. And Wolves get to it. They send it to Reese. Jackson is there. And Noah's able to recover there. Noah up to the point shot and saved by Logan. Jackson getting it. He's going to shove along the boards to Wes. And Wes pokes it over to Julian. Julian over to Kaz. Kaz into the zone. It's poked off of Kaz's stick, so he's got to go behind the goal here. He's in the corner. He's got Julian out there with him. And Wes in the circles. Back to the corner. Trying to get some room. There's just not a whole lot of room for them to work with. Julian in the corner pinches off his guy to get back to the puck as him and Kaz are working down deep. And Wolves finally come up with it, and they're going to break it out. They're going to ice the puck. The puck coming all the way back down. They're going to have a forward change. As Nolan, Eli, and Maxim come onto the ice. About 6 minutes left, I think, until halftime. I think we're doing the halftime deal. One back to Declan. Declan shot. Goes on the board. Quick shot. Quick shot by Declan. Surprises the goalie and sneaks by him. And nice clean face-off win by Maxim. As this third line, Potts and Apple, nice job. Face-off won by the Wolves. They're not going to give Maxim two in a row. Nolan gets it. He's trying to shove it up, and they're just going to chip it down deep. So Declan's going to have to go get this behind the net. Hopefully he's got a lot of energy now after his awesome goal. Nolan trying to give it to himself, gets nearly taken out of the net. Declan's still working. Again, no calls for us. Not really sure why the refs are so reluctant to call these high hits. Oh, that's a punch. You gotta call that. That's a punch. Come on. All right, so I guess they took them both, so it's just going to go back to 5-on-5. It's been a long time since I've seen someone get in trouble for a punch to the head. The thing said, we're just not going to get any calls. Eli's getting, oh, nice shot by Eli. He's got Maxim up front. Nice pass. Maxim couldn't quite get the right angle. Nice pass across, doesn't quite get there. Dane holds it in here. Dane's going to send it towards the net. Gets deflected wide. Nicholas on the pinch. Nice pinch by Nicholas to send it back down, and it gets stuck right at the near post. All right, Mason in there with Lucas, Logan, Jackson, and Noah. Face off. Lucas trying to win it. Goes into the corner here. He's got help from Logan. Logan and Lucas and Mason all trying to work into the corner. It comes out. Noah's going to grab it. He's just going to one-time it towards the net. Not a bad idea. Bad save by the goalie as they're going to ring it off. And they're going to send it out, but they send it right to Logan. Logan back to Noah here. Noah's going to get some space and looking for Lucas. Just misses him, though. as Wolves are going to have to reset their breakout. Wolves through neutral ice here. They're going to send it across, and they're going to send it in. Shot saved by Logan. It's right back to the Wolves player. He's going to send it wide. Noah on the backhand up to Lucas. Lucas chips it out of the zone. See if Logan can run onto this. Logan's got some space. He's giving good pressure. Oh, almost pulled that off as they send it up. Hits off his ref. And nice post by Noah to send it back in. Wolves kind of getting a little discombobulated at the moment. See if we can capitalize on it. They send Wolves to the corner. Jackson, nice shot by Jackson. Gets it to Mason. Mason looking for Logan. Totally missed him. And total icing. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back down. All right, we got Wes, Julian, Kaz out there, Nicholas, Dane. Oh, just under 4 minutes. Well, Declan did retaliate back and punch a different kid, I think, in the face. But the first, I don't know. Shot him, nice save by Logan. Wolves recover it. Wolves send it to the point. Almost picked off by Julian. Couldn't quite get a stick on it just enough. They work into the corner behind the net now. Dane's going to get it. He gets hammered. Kaz trying to come up with it now. No one really has possession. Wolves come out with it in the corner. Nice pressure, though. And still, again, no one really has good pressure. Finally, Kaz comes out with it. Nope. Still just pinging around. And there we go. Nicholas has got good pressure. He goes off the wall and puts it right back to a Wolves player and sent it right back in. Dean having to get it. He goes along the boards looking for Julian. Julian able to maintain control. So he's going to work his way behind the net and along the boards. Not a lot of room. Wes is there. Wes grabs it, sends it across for a wide open Dane. Dane's going to rim that red line, and he's just going to shove it down. Dane's going to keep going. Dane behind the net now. He wins his battle. No one out in front will help him. And makes its way to the near post where the goal is going to smother it.
Good job, Dane.
All right, Declan James coming on, and we got Max and Eli Nolan. Maxim take this face off, wins it. Logan trying to get a hold of it. Maxim does, gets it back to Declan. Declan just trying to hold on at the point here. Trying to hold it on. It does come out of his own. Eli's there, though. He's got James in support. Opposite. Hold it himself. And just gets it past the blue line. Gets hammered into the bench as the Wolves come out with it here. They send it to the slot. Good job by Goody to pull off that stick. Gets it to Nolan. Still on the board. It's a nice physical game. Well, like I said, I feel like the refs, it's very one-sided. Goody wins it, gets it back to Declan. Declan up to Eli. We got some space. Eli working into the zone. He's going to dump it down deep for Maxim. And Maxim and Nolan working in the corner here. Wolves come out with it. And Nolan almost picked that off. Declan loses control of it. And here comes another breakaway. Nice. I think the whistle had already blown. Puck, I think, did cross the goal line, but the whistle had blown. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. Not sure how the refs are going to call this one. I think they're going to call the Wolves kid, so he might. Huh? Yeah, I know it's no goal. They actually called for a penalty, so we're going to go on the power play. So here we go on the power play. No one's quite sure where the face-off is going to take place. We're all in our offensive zone. They're in our offensive zone. It's going to come down, and we're going to have an offensive zone face-off. So Lucas, Julian, Devin, Kaz, and Mason for this face-off. They must have given the kid a 2 and a 10 or something. What are these? But then it's 4 on 5.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. No, they took 2. So we got a 5 on 3. 5 on 3 coming up. See if we can capitalize. Wolves win the face-off, and they're just going to ring it. Devin keeping it in. Devin gets it over to Mason here. Mason back to Devin. Devin gets it poked away. Has to come back to get it. Devin works his way through, makes the zone. Scott Mason Backhands it to Mason. Mason back to Devin. Devin back to Mason. Mason's going to bring it in. He's going to shoot it. Oh, Kaz almost got the tip in front. And back it goes to Devin. Devin and Mason. Mason got some room. Mason shoots it. Deflected up and over. Declan getting it here in the corner here. Shoots it over to Mason. Mason getting some room. Mason dumps it down for Kaz. Kaz looking for Julian up front. Nice pass. Julian does get the one-timer off, but saved. Comes out of the zone. It's Devin not able to hold it in. He's going to send it across for Mason. And we're going to reset here. A minute left here on the power play. Mason drops it to Kaz. Kaz got some room. Shoot it, Kaz. Kaz shoots it. Blocker saved by the goalie. Julian on the other side. He got Mason. Shot across Mason. Back. Oh, almost in the bumper. Almost caught Lucas in the bumper. Mason back to Devin. Devin's going to take it. Sends it over for Kaz. It was on Kaz's backhand. So Wolves trying to get to it. It's Lucas and Kaz try to dig it out. They are able to. Lucas grabs it here. Shoots it back to Devin. Devin one-times it over to Mason. Mason able to keep it in. Mason back to Devin. Devin in the slot. Devin shot. Nice save by the goalie. About 20 seconds left. We're going to switch out units here. So it looks like Lucas is going to stay out. We got Jackson, West, Goody, Eli, and Lucas. So not quite sure the configuration with this crew. Looks like Jackson West to play the wing, Lucas and Goody to play defense. West has him slot shot. Rebound. Nice job. We got a tie game. Great job by that second unit. Needed 4 seconds to get that goal. We have 5. Nice shot by West. Nice follow-up by Eli, and it is a tied game. 10 seconds left heading into halftime. All right, face-off kind of stays in the docks here. And Maxim's just going to shove it to the corner, and that should do it for the period. here. Mason, Devin, Lucas, Jackson, Noah. Nice strip by Devin. He's going to bring it into the zone, tried to do a pullback, but missed, but gets control of it. Mason now helping along the boards here. Mason went for the back pass for Jackson, but missed. So Jackson having to come all the way down to come get this. Mason picks it up. Oh, Jackson's still working. Comes out. Wolves grab it. Noah trying to get a hold of it now as they ran along to the point. Send it down deep. Noah's going to get to this. He shoves it along the board. Mason's running onto it, trying to get it up to Devin. Can't quite get it there, so Noah's still working along the boards as it pops out. Shot off the post and up into the netting. We got Declan Goody down there with Kaz, Julian, and Wes. Declan to pick up the face-off here. Brings it around for Wes. Wes is going to hold on to it. And he's going to bring it back behind the net. Give it back to Kaz. Kaz pops it up for... So Declan. Declan pops it up for Kaz. Kaz in the dots. Kaz shot. Goes way wide, all the way around the board as James hits it back down deep. And Wes falls down and takes his guy out as the Wolves work their way across. Deep pinch by Declan. Does do his pinch right, but unfortunately the Wolves guy was right there. Nice job by Kaz. Takes that off to the corner. And Wolves down deep. They shove it back up to the point here. Almost picked off by West. They go to the opposite corner. They're coming in for the hit. They hit his guy off the puck. James pops it to West. West is going to skate in. West in the circles. He pulls up and loses the handle. And Wolves grab a hold of it here. And Wolves back down the ice. Wolves breaking it out of their defensive zone here. We got Eli out there now. Dane Nicholas. As they go into the corner, Dane's going to go like a torpedo. They try to win this puck. Does pop it up to Maxim. Maxim's got Julian still out there with him. Maxim opts to take it himself. Loses control. Interference. Should be an interference call.
Oh.
Yeah. So number 10 getting called for the interference, and we're going back on the power play. Nice job by Maxim. Right, Unit 1 out there. Julian, Mason, Devin, Lucas.
Keep going, boys. Keep working.
See if we can pull ahead. Face off won by the Wolves. They're just going to shovel it down. Devin trying to hold on to it. Kaz gets back control of it. Kaz shoots it over to Lucas. Lucas had no idea a guy was coming. This team's fast enough. We got to go to the puck. We can't wait. Mishandled by Mason, but luckily we recovered. Kaz is going to grab a hold of this. He's going to get a little space and back to Mason. We'll see if we can get set back up. Shoves it back up to Lucas. Lucas off the board to Kaz. There's a guy right there. He backhands it. Didn't work. Right idea there. Just didn't quite get enough on it. As it goes back to Lucas. Still not able to get set up. Send up for Devin. Here goes Devin. This should bring it in. Devin's pretty good at bringing it in his own. Gets poked off his stick. Luckily, it rolls to Julian. Devin gets control of it. Loses it. And now Mason's going to grab it. Errant pass, though. Instead, it was just kind of can't find her feet as the Wolves come. But luckily, they mishandled it as well. I wonder if everyone's just a little bit tired from that pretty grueling first half because no one can hold on to it. Devin's got some room as he grabs it. He pulls it in the dots. He's in the dots. By himself, sends it across. Nice pass by Mason. It's a pretty ugly power play until it wasn't ugly anymore. That's how that works. Yep. And we are in the lead for the first time. So apparently we're just going to play with two defensemen. Lucas and Devin coming back out with Mason. That's a really long shift for this forward pair. We got Jackson and Noah out there. Mason gives it back. Noah's not going to go get it. Noah sends it back along the board to Lucas. Lucas trying to get it up, can't clear it. Into the dock comes. Back down deep. Mason trying to run onto it. As they send it up towards the point. Send it in, blocked by off of Devin's skate into the corner. Lucas trying to get a hold of it. Back down deep it goes. Mason shoves his guy off. Nice stick work by Devin. Can't quite get it out. They send it to the opposite corner. And they stop. Nice pass by the Wolves. They left it up. All right, back to a tie game here. Logan out there with Eli and Nolan. Nolan shot, saved by the goalie. We got Declan and Goody on the blue line here.
Keep working, boys. Keep going.
Face-off won by Logan, but ends up bouncing off the boards in the Wolves' favor. Deep pinch by James. He gets a hold of it, gets it to Logan. Logan trying to do a spin move, couldn't quite pull it off. And James is going to take it, and he gets a poke off his stick right at the blue line. Sometimes we just got to send it down deep. Nolan gets it over to Declan. Declan trying to go back to Goody, but ricochets off the skate and back in. Saved by Logan. Goody back to Nolan here. Nolan up and out. As the Wolves carry it back in, and they're going to send it down deep, and it's just going to be gloved down by Logan. He's going to cover it up. All right, Kaz, Julian. Got Dane, Nicholas, and Wes out there. Nicholas gets to it behind the net here. Trying to hold off these guys. Got two guys he's battling against. Kaz comes in to help. Has to go around the ref. And they send it in. They send it right to Nicholas, who shoves it over to Wes. Wes able to get. Wes can't quite hold on to it as it got chipped aside. And the Wolves come back out. Wolves along the board. It's pretty fast. He pulls up in the corner looking for the pass. Gets deflected back to Julian. Julian gets his stick lifted and pocket kicked. The Wolves maintain control into the corner. Julian comes back out and he's got some space. Gets it over to West. Here goes West on a partial breakaway. West power move. Saved by the goalie. Poked aside. Nice try. Julian gets the puck back. I think Julian's going to get called for something. Not really sure what. Looks pretty clean to me. Now is he going to get called again? So we're going to go back on the penalty kill here. Noah Jackson. Are going to be joined by Eli. And Nolan. Face-off comes from Noah. Noah went into Noah's skates. And Wolves come out with it. Wolves to the point now. Wolves shot. Blocked by Eli. Eli couldn't quite get his stick out from his waist. Otherwise, he would have been gone. Wolves behind the net now. Back up to the point. Wolves send it back down. He's going to work along the boards. Shoot us off. Blocked by their own player. Now here goes Nolan. Nolan along the boards to himself, just dipping it down deep. Nolan's going to get to this puck first. Behind the net. Able to maintain control a little bit, but now the Wolves came back out with it. Lucas out there now. He gets a little pucked up. So Nolan. Giving good pressure to Lucas too. Lucas almost able to come up with this as he gives pressure. Oh, Lucas still working hard. They do come out with along the blue line. Ricochet off. Shot in. Saved by Logan. Good shot on the left side of the point. We're killed off about a minute. We're so PK. We're going to get some fresh bodies out there. James and Declan coming in with Mason and Lucas.
Good job, boys. Keep working, boys.
Face-off won by the Wolves. Comes back to the point. You can't keep it in the zone, so it does come out, and they're going to have to reset here. Wolves on the reset, and they send it across the ice back to the point. They're going to work along the boards to the corner. They shoot it in through the crease, gets deflected to the other side. Nice quick by Lucas. Let's see if Mason can get to it. Wolves do get to it first. It was a long way for Mason to go. But they're going to have to reset again. 35 seconds. This is going to be their last run. Kind of an errant pass. Lucas trying to work his way. Can't quite do it. Gets interfered with, but no call. Goody hits into the boards, keep him on the perimeter here. Goody still giving him good pressure. And they have to go back to the point. And along the boards. And sent in, hits off the side of the goal and back out to the corner here. 1 second left into the crease. Still loose, puck still loose. Julian set free.
Good kill, boys.
As they ice. Oh, I didn't see that guy way down there in the corner. They work their way over to the dot. Shot. Saved by Logan. Big shot by Logan. We're going to get some fresh bodies out there. Dane, Nicholas, Kaz, Julian, Wes. About 25 seconds left here in the second period. Face-off, won by Kaz. Dane was taken out. Julian there. He gets his pocket nicked again. Kaz in support as he comes across. Nicholas coming in. Good job by Nicholas. Gets Stickler. Keep it out of danger's way, but it makes its way back up to the point, gets sent in. Nicholas going to have it. He gets hit. West trying to grab it now. West moves in the circle, sit in the slot. Alright, face off. Lucas trying to win it here. Lucas got all of his forward friends over along the boards. Mason comes out with it, sends it over to Jackson. Jackson's going to take it up here. Gets it up to Lucas. Lucas trying to poke it up to Devin. Devin does come out with it. Gets it poked away. Lucas grabs it. Nice shot. Rebound up front. Here comes Jackson. Jackson shoots it over. Back Jackson back up. Nice job by Jackson. We have another tie game. This is fun.
Good shit, boys!
All right, Kaz, West, Julian out there. Declan Goody. Here we go. Face off. Won by the Wolves eventually. Julian now gets to it. Julian on the boards himself. He's got West. Sends it over to West. Hits off of West's backhand into the corner. West having to look his way. He's got Julian down there to help him. Julian grabs it, trying to get over to Kaz. Oh, nice try. Nice stick work by the Wolves to poke that away, though. And James trying to hold it in. Nice job by Goody. Kaz couldn't quite maintain the zone, though, as it comes out. He's got a man behind him. Nice job to get to West. West pulls it to the side. West got a little bit of room, trying to get it to his forehand there. West still trying to get hold of it. No one's got good control. Good done by Declan. Good pinch by him. And West in there now. And he sends it back down deep for Julian. Back to West. West and Dutch comes back out. Declan one-timer. Oh, scooted wide. As the Wolves kind of working on their breakout here. Got a 3-on-2. Wolves got some numbers here. Saved by Logan. He shoves it aside. And Wolves along the boards. And Goody now having to work on the board. West comes out with it. And West is going to keep hold of it. West can't quite get it out. Goes into the glass. In the shot. The shot goes over. Ooh, that was dangerous. West again getting pinched off. And comes out. Kaz is just going to miss the puck. It was tipped, but they're not going to give it to him. You call the icing, but at least we're getting fresh bodies out there. Sometimes it's just strategic to send it down. That's fine. The tip was pretty clear since it was audible, but refs not necessarily in our favor. Face off won by the Wolves. Back into the corner it goes. Dane going to get onto this. Dane sends it up looking for Maxim. Misses Maxim. Back to the point. Shot in. Logan's just going to calm Dane down. And love it. Freeze the puck here. Logan, nice win on the faceoff by Logan. Dane gets it to it, and he's going to send it up, but it's a nice little tappy tap, so it might not ice. They call off the icing. Eli wins the race, but gets shoved off the puck, unfortunately. And into the corner it goes. Eli, nice job by Eli. I like the aggressiveness. Kept in by Logan. Maxim working the point here. Punched aside by Eli, but Wolves come out with it to neutralize. Now they're going to have to work in on Dane. Nice job by Logan to pinch his kid off. Smallest guy out there using his body. I love it. Working along the boards here. Wolves come up with it. Blocked by Maxim. And now Dane having to work. Comes all the way through the slot. No one touches it and out of the zone. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a change. Get at least one or two press bodies out there as the Wolves have to bring it back in here. They're going to work their way in on Nicholas. Nicholas deflected that. But it made it to Logan, but Logan just throws it up, no rebound, and we're going to get a full change here. As we got Mason, Lucas, Devin, Jackson, Noah. Face-off won by the Wolves, kind of stuck on the point there. Mason giving pressure. Mason in the corners now with Noah. They shove their guy off the puck. And the Wolves come out with it deflected by Jackson, but they're just going to send it back in. Mason gets to it. Jackson's going to pick it up behind the net, and he's going to backhand it up to Lucas. Lucas gets it to Devin. Devin trying to get it over to Mason. Oh, high stick. Oh! No, I think Lucas touched it first. So we're going to have a high stick face-off coming into the defensive zone here. All right, same five staying out there. 13:30 left. Face-off one to the Wolves. Jackson trying to get a hold of it here. He does poke along the boards. He holds it off till Mason can come get it. Mason trying to get it across. Just gets hit in the shin guard. Jackson works it up to Devin. Devin gets it free, but springs it right to the Wolves. Oh, nice job. Devin with the kick. Devin on the semi-breakaway here. Devin couldn't quite finish it. Yeah, finish it. Dang it. Nice work by Devin. Couldn't quite capitalize on the opportunity. And penalty call. Not sure who it's going to be on. I think Lucas might have gotten called here, of course, because nothing seems to be called our way, or very rarely. So Lucas, or sorry, actually it looks like Mason. What did he get called for, Mason for the interference. So back on the penalty kill we go. Declan Goody out there, Kaz and Julian. Face off, won by the Wolves. Along the boards, goes right to Goody. He's just going to tip it all the way. Good job, guys! I think it did maybe possibly hit the netting, I guess. I don't really know. It seemed like it was clean, but I think they're going to say it didn't. So we're going to really try to get Montana to win this game for the refs. Peter having a discussion. So they're gonna, I guess, acknowledge the mistake and bring it to center ice. So that's fair. The refs are only human; they're not going to make all the perfect calls. So they did bring it back out to neutral ice, and it's going to hit it to the side, and Wolves are going to break it out from their D zone here. Wolves into the zone, working their way in on Goody. Goody keeps him to the perimeter as they shove it back up to the point. Logan protecting his crease himself and puts a wolf around his butt. Into the dots, sent across. Good stick by Declan. Declan hits it out to Julian. Couldn't quite get the breakaway, but nice try by Declan. Almost sprung Julian. As they come in, they work their way in the dot. Nice job by Kaz to hit it off into the corner. And we got about a minute left. This crew's been out there the whole time. They need a break, so hopefully we can freeze the puck or something. Get some fresh bodies. Declan sends it around the rim. Too hard for Wolves to handle, and we will get 4 fresh bodies. Nice job by that first unit out there. Mason, Dane, Nicholas, and Eli out there for it's Wes. Wes and Eli out there probably for the rest of the kill. Wes kicks the pocket, gets it to Eli. Eli loses it here, but Wolves going to have to reset. Wolves into the slot shot, saved by Logan. Stick work in front by Nicholas, saved again by Logan. Saved again by Logan. Logan finally able to cover it up. Nice job by Logan. That looks like it hurts down the slip like that.
Good job, Logan.
All right, Jackson, Noah coming on, Devin and Lucas. 23 seconds left. Let's see if we can kill this off. This is like our 5th one or something like that. Face off, one back to Noah. Noah's just going to chip it out of the zone. Mason's on his horse. Lucas is on his horse trying to get there. Nice job by Lucas. He's trying to pin him down.
Good job, Lucas.
Good hustle as the Wolves start their breakout up here. Picked off by Lucas. Unfortunately, nice job by Jackson. And sends him up the ice. That should do it for penalty kill. Mason is sprung. And back to 5-on-5 here. Tipped up into the boards here. Noah gets there first. But lucky bounce goes right back to the Wolves. They're going to work in, deflected up to the netting by Mason. It's like same 5 are going to stay out there. Or same, yeah. Face off, won by Mason. Noah hits it back to Logan. Logan back to Noah. Noah to Jackson. Jackson up the ice. Bad pass. And Lucas comes up in recovery here. So he's going to spin it off the boards. Hits by the ref. Geez, kind of lucky bounce for them. Nice job by Devin and Lucas, though, to kind of keep it until we can regroup here. Devin hits it out of the zone. That's out. There we go. It's called. Got a fresh 5 out there. Declan James out there with Logan. Go Logan. Rolled off Logan's stick there. Logan, Maxim, Nolan, James, Declan. Nolan getting pressure here. Takes it to the Wolves just send it down for Declan to grab here. Declan off the boards, back to Logan. But high hit, and we're going to go on the peak or the power play here because it's high. I always hate it when they go after the little guy on the ice. I think it's cowardly. It is a part of the game. Logan's popped right back up. Hopefully he's okay. Especially when it's a hit to the head like that. If you're going to hit the little guy, you got to make it clean. All right, power play unit out there. Kaz, Lucas, Julian, Kevin, and Nathan. Face off, goes into the corner. Mason trying to get a hold of it. Held in by Devin. Devin brings it to the center. Gets it over to Mason. Mason circles. Mason shot. Deflected. I guess it wasn't enough. I think it got deflected by a Wolf player because Mason's taking the credit for the goal. And we got a lucky bounce, lucky roll. That's what you do when you constantly just send it towards the net. So, way to go, Mason. Way to put that shot on target. All right, Julian, Kaz, West coming out. Dane, Nicholas, 5-4. 9.5 minutes left here in the third. Wolves on the break, it almost picked off by Kaz. West is there too. West not able to get to it. Julian brings it back in the zone, but West hadn't quite touched up yet, so it was offsides. Kaz takes the face off, wins it back to West. West looking for Nicholas. Kind of wobbled its way to Nicholas. Nicholas got enough of it. And Dane had to battle for it and sent it up into the Wolves bench. So face off coming out of the zone here. Guess we're going to go center face off. Same 5 staying out. Puck makes its way back to Dane. Dane up the boards looking for Julian, gets picked off by the Wolves. Julian comes out with it. Julian now, he's going to use his speed here. Gets around one, but poked off his stick into the corner. Julian in the corner rings it around the boards. Nobody up there just yet. I think we're playing a little bit of prevent defense, so we're not playing quite as aggressive as they work their way into the corner on Dane. Back behind the net it goes, sent around back to the corner. Kaz is there. He's just going to send it up, but a light enough touch, no icing. We're going to get a change, partial change, as they send it back down. Nicholas grabs it, sends it over for Jackson. Jackson's going to spin aside and get a little more room. Ref's right in his way. Ref staying in his way. Jackson sticks with it, and he's going to take it up himself here. Jackson across the ice. He's going to send it down deep. Trying to get it down deep. Partially down deep. And he's sticking it down there. Kaz there. Nolan trying to help out here. And they send it across the ice here, and they're going to send it up. Noah's going to grab a hold of this, and he's going to wheel. He's going to pull up. He's got some speed. He's going to dump it off the glass down deep. We're going to get a little bit of change here. Nolan grabs it. He's trying to bring it into the circle. Couldn't quite do it. Maxim now. Maxim pinches up his guy so that James can grab it here. James got Eli. Eli's got space. Here goes Eli. He makes his way into the circles here. Around the outside. Behind the net. Gets taken out. He's going to battle back there. Nolan coming over to help. As they send along the board, James is going to pinch. James is going to get to this first. He sends it on net, blocked by an elbow. And here come the Wolves. Into the corner it goes. Maxim now. Eli gets a hold of it. Can't get it out. Sent back to the opposite corner. James going. He's got Maxim's support. Sends it along for Declan. Luckily, Wolves player fell down, giving Declan some time and space. Eli shifts it off the board, but it's going to ice. A couple fresh bodies out there. Mason, Devin, and Lucas back out there. Nicholas Dane. 7 minutes left.
No, he's got 10.
Face off one. Devin picks it up. Devin's got some pace. He takes it along the boards. He's got a little bit of speed. He makes a power move around one. Makes his way in. Gets it to Lucas. All right, face off one. Lucas is going to grab it. Makes the blue line here. Trying to send it across. Devin gets deflected up into the slot. Off the board it goes, held in by Dane. Nice job by Dane. Devin gets it, trying to get it over to Lucas. Holds on to it, takes shots. Yeah, there you go. Up front, up front. Oh! I thought that was in Mason's backhand, but it fluttered just wide. And back out it comes. Lucas having to play some defense now. They send it across.
Good job, Lucas.
Good stick work by Dane. Devin back there. Devin along the boards. Hits funny off the glass. Saved by Logan. And Lucas trying to get a hold of this. Wolves come out with it, but Lucas hits it just enough to get out of the zone, get a couple fresh bodies. Really great work by Lucas. He's got to be dog tired as they send it back down. Work their way in. You got to deal with Kaz and Noah. It's going to be kicked off by Lucas. Lucas up to Julian. Julian trying to handle out of a phone booth here. Eventually loses the puck. Kaz got one to beat. He makes a move. Stop. Deflected. It's still there. It's still loose. West almost got to it. Noah now. And comes off of his stick. Julian just sends it into the corner. It's a smart, safe play up along the boards. Jackson's going to keep it in. He's going to send it in looking for a deflection. Gets deflected wide. West now down deep. He's got Julian to help him. West comes out with the puck. He's got Kaz in the slot if he can find him. Julian tried to do the spinorama, but missed. Glove down. 5 minutes left. Same five staying out. Kaz trying to come up with it here. Into the corner, along the board. Jackson hits it back in. Nice job by Jackson. As Wolves send it down, it is a hit, so no icing. Noah having to get to this. Noah off the boards to himself. Noah backhands it to Jackson, but goes by Jackson. Hit off by Kaz, not out. Sent in. Logan's just going to hit it wide for Noah to run onto. Noah trying to work along the boards. He does get it out. He's going to make his way down. I don't really. So it is going to ice, but get some fresh bodies out there. 4:47 left. Wolves are probably going to start pulling their goalie here in the next couple of minutes. So we got to pay attention to that. All right, Logan, Goody, Declan, Eli, Nolan. Face off, won by Logan, back to Goody. Goody along the boards, looking for Nolan. Nolan gets pinched off by a Wolves player as they come out with it here along the boards. Deflected by Nolan to the other side. Eli going to get it now. Couldn't quite grab it, but James could get it. And James with the pass up to Eli. It was a hard pass to handle. Almost worked. Right vision. Nolan gets it poked off of his stick as it makes its way back to James. James back up to Logan. Logan's got space. Over to, he just missed it. Oh, geez. Where was that hit? I think it was accidental, but still. Nolan got taken out from behind right in the back. Wolves work it in. Saved by Logan. Declan don't get a penalty, but All right, so looks like Declan took a penalty, maybe a 2 and a 10. I think we're going to call a timeout here or try to get an explanation of what just happened, as we're going to be going on the penalty kill. Go, Loco! Go, Loco! So it looks like we gave him a 3-on-5. What?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's 4. Okay, phew. All right, Devin trying to send it off the board. Couldn't quite get it out. They send it to the other side. Lucas trying to get to this first. Almost does. Dane gets to it. He sends it up to Lucas. Lucas hits it to Devin. Devin's got space. And he gets taken out, but he's calling the time. Probably should have maybe gotten a call there. But no call. So we're still on the PK here. Sent in behind the net. Dane running onto it. He's just going to send it hard off the board. He's down. Nice job. We're going to get a partial change here. Lucas still out there pumping his legs real hard. We've got Julian. Nice job, Lucas. And he's going to go get a change. He's got to be exhausted. Here comes the Wolves. They got a bunch of speed. They're going to work in on Dane, but Dane keeps him to the outside. Sent into the slot. Luckily, nothing doing. As the Wolves send it back up to the point here. Shot in, blocked by Julian. Sent back down deep, up along the boards here. And into the dot shot, blocked by Logan, who's just holding high at his post. As they're staying behind the net. That's fine. He can't score from back there. Finally won by Kaz as he kicks the pocket. Rip it off. Kaz gets stepped off the puck. That help from Julian. Noah's out there now. Good defensive timely play by Kaz as he gets taken out. No call, even though nobody was going for the puck. Wolves reset as they make a change. West out there now. Kaz still working hard. Almost gets the puck again. And they're going to work their way in on Jackson here. They pop it back. Shot. Saved by Logan into the corner. Dropped off. Sent back into the corner. Sent blocked into the front in the crease. And Logan, I think, covered it up. So that'll do it for killed the penalty here. It's a nice job. 1:55 left. And we are back to 5-on-5. Boys are definitely making it interesting with the PK in the last 4 minutes. All right, Maxim out there, Jackson, Nolan, Eli, Noah. Face off, one back to Jackson. He's going to go along the boards. Nolan quite along the boards. He pokes it back up to the boards as they throw to send it in. Makes its way to the point. Eli trying to win it. They do get it down to the corner, but Noah there. And they send it all the way across. Way too hard for the guy to handle it. Comes out of the zone. The Wolves have an empty net here. Empty net. 1:30 left. Send it across. Deflected into the corner. Sent in down behind the goal. Trying to get a hold of it here. This guy loses. I don't know if Eli knows there's an empty net. They chip it off the glass down to Noah. Noah sends it all the way down. It's out, so they got to touch up at least. As they send it all the way in. We're going to get a change here. Get fresh bodies out for this last minute. Here we go. See if we can capitalize and get one more. So we really put the nail in the coffin here. Here they come. Down into the corner. Nice shot by Nicholas or Lucas. Somebody. Mason gets it. He's going to get it. Gotta like the guts to send it down from behind your own goal. Directly center. This is going to be a good, solid win for the boys. Happy Thanksgiving. Face off one back to Nicholas. Nicholas is just going to kind of dump it down deep. And here come the Wolves. They lose it, regain it. Mason pokes it off the stick. Mason grabs it again. Now they have to work in the corner. They got Nicholas there. Nicholas staying on them. He's got Mason too. Mason to Nicholas. Nicholas grabs it, trying to shove it down the ice. Takes its way to the point shot. And it does. I think it hit off one of our bodies. Trickled in, but it's a trash goal. It's not going to matter. There's 13 seconds left. So that's all right. Goal in garbage time. Just unlucky. Who did that hit? Like hit Devin or something in the neck, or Dane in the neck or something. All right, 13 seconds left. Wolves bring it in. Shot goes way high and wide. 6 seconds left. Julian is just going to hold on to it. Going to hold it along the boards. Here comes Dane for help. That's a great goal. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.